just kind of came up with some stuff. I did a cute little animated video first to talk about credit, and then what credit really is specifically, so we can spend some time on that. What goes into computing the credit, so that they'll know, because I believe exposure makes the biggest difference. If we expose them now, they won't make the same mistakes that we made or our parents made, and it'll just be better. Does that make sense? And then I talked about the credit score, and I see that arrow right there, so I will change that before the range, the credit score, and what is considered excellent, good, and most people fall where they fall at. And then what makes up, I wanted them to see a visual picture of what makes up the credit score, so that they would know that cell phone that you have, you need to make sure you pay it on time, because it goes into that. Anything attached with your Social Security number actually goes into that. So they need to see that, because again, I believe exposure early, it makes the biggest difference, so that they can make better choices. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And just the credit mindset. What is the purpose of the credit mindset? And it's just really, I gave you the definition, and then some things that go into what they look at to find out if you're credit worthy. And I think sometimes people don't even look at these type things and say, okay, you know what? No, I'm just gonna not do this. I'm just gonna not do that. But the truth of the matter is, when you begin to build credit, they're looking at this stuff because you don't have any history to get that good. Oh, sorry. I just knew my phone was off. Okay. And then the credit mindset, I just wanted them to see a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset, and the characteristics, how it can really impact them. So I thought that was a cute little analogy for the mindset and the growth mindset. Okay. And the types of spending, why we do what we do, the reasoning behind it, and so they can know this. And again, I believe that if they know in the beginning, it changes the outcome already. It just really changes the outcome. And then college, and I wanted to talk about this, the dual credit. I want them to know while you're in high school, take advantage of the dual credit, because sometimes kids say, I didn't even know about this. And I just want the kids to know that there are several classes they can take that they can get college credits while they're in high school, starting in the 10th grade. And I want them to do the research. And again, at least the top 5 colleges, and they really need to visit, starting junior year, they need to visit the school that they want 2 different times at 2 different times a year, because they need to be able to assess the atmosphere. And then we want to talk about online. Again, people who do class online, they need to be self-driven, because nobody's going to remind them about what to do. And just make sure they take advantage of everybody around them that's able to help them in writing their narrative. And then I talk about the FAFSA, because again, they can do it, especially their senior year. They can create it, but they don't have to finish it. As long as they create the login and their PIN, their FAFSA ID, I think that's what they call it. Needs versus wants, and then I have this cute little activity for them to actually do. I want them to see the Venn diagram about need versus want. You see it? Can you see it?
No, I still see your PowerPoint.
Okay, let me share the screen. I have to share it again with you. A new share. And then it's the Venn diagram about need versus want. And then have a discussion about that. Which one do you really feel? Because there's this transition. Our parents had a different need. And that circle wouldn't even connect, actually. And now today, we have both of them interconnected, because there are some things that are required today that might not have necessarily been required during our parents' time. Does that make sense? So then I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint, because I want them to do, and then we'll talk about need versus want. And then I want to talk about, find out where the money should go in the beginning. It makes a big difference if they know, instead of letting them make mistakes and correct the behavior, what happens if we put the right information in them at the very beginning? It changes the whole narrative about everything, because again, what we don't know, we tend to revert back to what we've seen. And I tell my kids all as well, whether you see it on television, even though it's television, if that is your only time you've seen that, that is what you connect to it. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the importance of life insurance. Again, people don't understand what role life insurance actually plays in that to make sure that your family don't have to start over. Because again, we have insurance for everything but our life. And that's an important part. Take control, pay yourself first, adjust your priorities. And again, these are things that I want to have interactive conversation about because again, let them know now in the beginning it changes their narrative based on where they are on purpose. And then I wanted to say some saving practices actually that we do some things that they can do now, starting the accounts at 15, they can actually start a checking account with the parents' approval. There are several banks that give students accounts and it's free of charge. Just things that they can do right now to make sure they know what they need to do. And then with us, the financial needs, the 3 accounts they must have. Again, if we write the narrative or write it to them as they go and give them the right information, oh my God, it changes everything on purpose. It really does. And then I have a financial, let me share it with you. I actually create somewhat of a financial, what do you call it? A financial statement that they're actually going to create. Can you see that? And then I talk about the mission statement. I want all the kids to get one of these. And just talk about what is a mission statement and then your money mission statement. And then I want them to write what is their money statement. And then I want them to sign it because it's important for the accountability piece. And then I gave them an example, and they can use that page to write whatever it is. I think more than anything, I want to have a narrative about it. What should you do? And so I do the research, talk about it. What is really going on and what you really need to do. Does that make sense?
Yes, awesome. This is going to be a great one. Thank you again, Dr.
Awesome. And let me, I'm going to stop sharing because I need to change my, somebody was on there. You want me to go on mute or we are,
Yeah, I'm going to mute you for 1 second.
Okay.
Then I'm going to share the screen that I have, and then we'll get started.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Right. All right, good morning, everyone. I am Lakia Gaines. I'm the director of the Kathy Novinger Girl Scout Leadership Center in Columbia, South Carolina, with the Girl Scouts of South Carolina Mountains to Midlands. So in collaboration with the Girl Scouts of Eastern Carolina today, we are presenting to our Girl Scout ambassadors the badge work for good credit. So we'll begin in about a few minutes while we're still letting individuals in that have registered. So while we're waiting, if you could just let us know where you're joining us from, if you're located, where your troop number, if you are an active Girl Scout with us. And then what are some of the things that you like about money? I know for me, I like spending money on mine. Amazon has been to my house quite a few times. We've been working from home, but just any thoughts that you have about money while we're waiting. You can just type that into the chat box for me, and we'll begin shortly. All right, good morning again to everyone. I am Lakia Gaines. I'm director of the Kathy Novinger Girl Scout Leadership Center here in Columbia with the Girl Scouts of South Carolina Mountains to Midland. So in collaboration with the Girl Scouts of Eastern South Carolina, we are presenting our ambassador badge work today on good credit. So in addition to talking about good credit, we're going to focus on the steps for the badge. We're going to talk about how to get the scoop on credit scores, and we have an expert today joining us, Dr. Mary Hancock, and she's going to divulge into what was needed to establish good credit. We're going to talk about how student loans work. She's going to give us a great insight on financial aid and helping ways to fund your college and or career choices. Step 3, learn the ins and outs of your credit scores, gather real life borrowing stories, and step 5, write your own credit commitment. So what we want to do today, we're going to focus on steps 1, 2, and 5, and we'll have some next steps for you to complete this badge in its entirety. All right, so I am going to now introduce Dr. Mary Hancock. She's a financial educator. She brings a wealth of knowledge and experience in this category of credit. So we want to go ahead and get started, and we're going to welcome Amelia. She's joining us from Michigan. So thank you so much, Amelia, for joining us today. And she says when she hears money, she thinks of a job and or working. So Dr. Hancock, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How is everybody doing? I just want to thank you for this opportunity to come in. Just a little bit about me. Just so you know, I've been teaching for 15 years. I have a undergrad and a graduate degree, as well as a PhD in curriculum and instruction. And a friend of mine asked me, can I join in and help yesterday? And of course, because she was who she was, I didn't mind joining in to help. This was really good for me. By nature, this is what I do. Detail, and hopefully this will really help you and put some highlights before you actually get started, because it makes a big difference. We don't want you to just write your narrative, but we want you to write your narrative with the right information in the beginning, because when you have the right information in the beginning, it makes the biggest difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the PowerPoint. It is interactive. So if you have any questions for me, just let me know, because again, we want to take advantage of this time. This won't be the first time that you guys see me, so I'll be available for whatever you need. I'm getting ready to share a PowerPoint with you right now, so that we can start together, so you can see exactly what I am talking about.
And Dr. Hancock, I want to briefly just ask our girls that's on the call with us this morning, how many of you have a job already? How many of you are working part-time, or if you don't have a job, are you possibly looking for a job starting now or this summer? Okay. Lauren, right now, she says she's focusing more on her schooling, so she's not working at this time.
Okay.
Okay.
And keep in mind, when we're talking about jobs, again, you can get certification to babysit. That's a job. I don't care what nobody say. That's a job. And when you have to get a certification to do it, just know that it makes the biggest difference. And again, even those that are specifically busy, getting something or doing working with someone in your area, it makes the biggest difference as well. So you don't want to be doing something totally different from what it is you want to pursue. And they used to have, and I actually want to get it to come back. We used to have what we call the Job Training Partnership Act, and where we actually, from the age of 13, I started working at 13 because they had these programs in place for the kids who wanted to work. I started working in 7th grade. So make sure you understand what it means to interview, how to interview, and how to conduct, how to dress for an interview. I know that society has changed today, but we need to make sure that we understand, whether we choose to do it or not, we need to understand what kind of narrative we want to write. So having these type of conversations And these programs, especially Girl Scout, it makes the biggest difference in helping us write our narrative, because now we got a whole host of people that are willing, able, and capable of sharing in our narrative, so we can get where we're trying to go, and we can avoid some of the things that they went through, so that we can reach our goals, so you guys can reach your goals that you have in place. This conversation is about communication. I promise you, if you just talk, everybody in your life is put there for a reason, so they can help you write the narrative the way you want to. But it's when we decide, okay, well, I don't want nobody to know this, and I don't want anyone to know that. Your teachers, your counselors, your pastors, Ms. Lakia, the director of the program. I mean, again, everybody is there to help you become successful. It just depends on what we choose to do with that help.
So some of our feedback, Dr. Hancock, Julie said that some of the places that she's tried to apply, you have to be 18. Some of them are currently 16 and a little over 16. Like you mentioned, being a lifeguard is a great way to earn money, and also babysitting.
Exactly. And again, what I mentioned years ago, it was when I was in the 7th grade, and I think that's one of the things we need to bring back. It was actually a program where students started actually in middle school, 7th and 8th grade, getting a job. Of course, they didn't work 40 hours a week, but they actually got a stipend to be able to develop those skills. And that's one of the things that I actually want to bring back, because there are kids and parents that want their kids and want to help best they can. But again, if your parents are working 1 and 2 jobs and working long hours, it's a community. I mean, it's a community. It takes a village to raise children, especially today. So again, those that we trust, and when we have programs in place for the kids and that was the thing back then as well. Between the ages of 10 and 16, nobody could work. But if you have that job training partnership act together, giving them a couple hours exposure made the biggest difference for me.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our badge work.
Okay.
So right now, our first step is getting this scoop on credit score. So while we're doing this, I would love for our Girl Scouts on the call to type in the chat box, or just go ahead and unmute yourself and let us know what they know about credit scores. So when you think of credit scores, what are some things that pop in your mind, or some things that you already know about credit scores? And I know credit scores, they are segmented in 3 numbers in the hundreds. I will start with that. I personally did not learn about credit scores until I was on my own as an adult working. So I think it's a great opportunity for the Girl Scouts to learn this prior to graduating high school and going on their own.
And again, remember, we talk about exposure early and helping them write their narrative with the correct information.
Julie says that she has heard about Credit Karma. If you have a bad score, you can't buy things. Great job, Julie.
Yes.
Amelia says that good credit can help you buy a home, car, or job. That is correct.
Correct.
Emily says, there's another comment. Lauren says that it's important to monitor your credit. Thank you, Lauren, for that.
Yes.
All right, so Dr. Hancock, tell us about credit scores and what they are. So we already know that some of our Girl Scouts on the call know that it's important it's important when you want to buy larger purchases and or smaller purchases.
Exactly. It's what this company is, this country is ran on. We have got to understand that credit score is everything. I think you mentioned one of the students that said it, that if you don't have a good credit score, you cannot, in other words, the better your credit score, the least amount of money you have to pay to be able to attain stuff. The lower your credit score, the more you have to pay. So again, I'm going to do a short narrative a YouTube video. I thought it was really cute. And then we'll really dive into what is the credit score. Okay, so I want to do that one first. And again, hopefully everybody can hear. I'm gonna, as soon as I make sure you can hear, I'm gonna. That's not it. I'm trying to skip that. I hope everybody can hear okay.
I don't think we were still able to see the PowerPoint. So while the video is coming up, Dr. Hancock, when does a credit score officially start for someone? Is it once they reach the age of 18, 16?
Say that again.
I said, we can't see the video, but while it's displaying.
Try it again. What about now? Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So what was you asking?
I said while the video is about to start, at what age does your credit score officially, or do you officially have a credit score?
I think it starts when you start utilizing your social security number start being utilized in the system. You know how sometimes, I don't know, y'all probably never heard that, where parents use the kid's ID and the kids haven't even really gotten up to be able to do that. So once your social security number start getting out here, and do good or bad stuff, because now you're in the system. And then there are things that you have to do to make sure you get that done and clear up whatever. If you get a cell phone in your name, now your social security number is out there. And people don't think about stuff like that. They're like, well, I just want to pay the bill. Okay, but your social security number is attached to that bill. So anytime your social security number is attached to anything, you got to realize that now you're out there. And it's either going to help your credit or it's going to have a negative effect. And then we'll show you guys how a picture of the things that actually go into the credit report. Did I answer your question?
Yes, ma'am. So to recap, once our Girl Scouts start to utilize their social security number to apply for any type of services and or items, opening an account, that's when they officially start their credit, having items added to their credit score.
Yes,
credit.
Official, because before then, there's nothing to say that you're out there. Your social security number, everything that's unique to you, your driver's license number, your social security number, your credit card number, your bank account information, anything that's unique to you that can be used and someone else get that information, then now your information is out there, or it's in your name. Anything in your name attached to your social security number, it impacts your credit. Whether you're old enough or not, I've known that I've heard horror stories where the parents use the kids' social security number to do certain things and then they did not pay the bill. So before the kids even actually get up and became an adult, a young adult, their credit was shot. So now you have to spend time recovering from everything that's done so that you can clean up what has been done so that you can begin to build your credit.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. You can see the video now, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. The whole screen.
Yeah, I don't think we're able to hear it. So what we could do,
okay.
We can put the link in the chat box so they can go later and look at it.
Okay. That sounds good. I would definitely do that. So I was just getting to the presentation. It was so cute. It was really cute. So what is credit? Credit specifically defines the ability to borrow money or access goods or services with the understanding that you will pay later. And I think sometimes people take that for granted. You will pay it later. A credit score is a statistical number that evaluates the consumer's credit worthiness and is based on credit history, such as the number of counts, total level of debt, and repayment history. Remember, I talked about a little earlier, a parent using the child's social security number. That makes a difference. If that account is open and it's not paying, and it negatively impacts your credit. Okay. Credit score range between 300 and 850. A good credit score, 700 or above, is generally considered good. A score of 800 or above is considered excellent. And most credit fall between 6 and 750. So they're not, between good up to good. Because remember, they range from 3 to 850 and is based on your ability to pay or what you do. Remember, everything attached to your social security number now goes into the world of credit. Right? This is what makes up your credit score. Payment history is 35%, such as paying on time. What does that mean? When you pay on time, if your rent is due on the 1st, normally by the 5th, they give you that grace, usually about 5 days grace. If you pay it after that, that's considered late. Okay, they have what we call the 30 days, 60 day, and 90 day late. And the more the lateness it is, it's on your credit report and it's reported every month. If you have a credit report, anything on credit and you pay it on the 12th every month and it's due on the 1st, that's considered late. So it'll be less than 30 days, but it's still late. The length of credit, in other words, how long have you had that credit? A mix of credit, again, such as credit card, finance company. It just depends on accumulation of debt. Yeah, do you not realize that when people run your credit, the number of inquiries also affect your credit? So you don't want to do that unless you're really serious about it. Again, it makes a big difference. And as soon as your social security number get out there, now you're into the credit world. And it can negatively or positively impact you. So the rule of concept is, if you have $500 worth of credit, don't spend $500 that you know you can't make a $500 payment. And the capacity or percentage of credit, in other words, you want to make sure that if you have a $500 limit, you're stay below that 50%. You really want to use about a good 30% and that's it. And you want to make sure you pay on it regularly. And if you can't, all you got to do is call. But the rule of thumb is you want to make sure you do not spend all your money in one spot. Your credit, it starts from the time you start purchasing that cell phone or opening up that account. Now, there are ways that you can do that to help your credit. If you know you have bad credit, then what you want to do, even when you begin to start opening up credit, you want to go to your bank and get what we call a secure credit card. That means a credit card based on your money and your ability to pay. Right? What is the credit mindset? It offers credit repair services that help consumers improve their credit. There are so many different companies that do them. The whole purpose is to educate you about how credit works and how you can actually dispute error. This is after the fact. What we want to do is make sure you understand what goes into it pre-credit. If you understand what goes into it and the things that impact your credit, I believe that you'll make different decisions that's really going to help you have a really great narrative.
All right, Dr. Hancock, I want to just interject, and this is great timing. How many of our Girl Scouts on the call right now actually have their own savings and or checking account or have already opened one? And while they're responding, Dr. Hancock, at what age can you open up a savings and or checking account?
Usually with your parents, you can do it as early as you as early as the parents decide to do it. But especially when I say 10th grade, like when you start working, if you have an ability to work, you can go to pretty much any bank or credit union and they will give you a free account where you just put your money in there and let it work for you. Okay. So again, it's just so many, and the whole purpose of putting it in there is so that you can use that as leverage, so as you get up and understanding the credit and how it works, and you can use your money as leverage. Rich people use their money as leverage. It's just in there because they want to be able to borrow the bank money. So I said parents can open it up as soon as they want to. And usually they come to the schools and let the students and actually open up accounts. I know when I taught high school, when I was there, 9th, 10th grade, but again, I said if you have a bank, if you have a job, you need a bank account.
All right, thank you. Lauren says that her parents are in the process of helping her to open up one, and Amelia shared that she's had a savings account and she used that savings account to put her birthday money and different gifts, financial gifts that she get into that account. So thank you, Amelia and Lauren, for that.
Exactly. It makes a big difference, and I think exposure. But because again, kids gonna do what they see us do as parents. Now we have a society that's highly educated, but again, we still have to know where to put that money so that money can work for us as well. Does that make sense? Because again, we all want our kids to be further than we are when they get where we are. So it just makes sense. And again, we want to do more of that. I think a lot of times parents are so busy. So again, the people that are involved in their kids' lives really you want to put them in front of the people that they need to be put in front of. Like for example, having a banker or somebody to actually come and talk to the girls, go and talk to the classroom, and even expose them as early as elementary school so that they'll understand everything is driven by credit in this country. Everything. And if they understand how it works in the beginning, they will make better choices because they know it's going to impact their lives directly. So some things that the banks look for or the creditors look for, whether they're going to give you that account or not. I know people don't necessarily think about these things, such as your bank account, your employment history, your resident history, your utilities, and your name and rental history. Again, if you don't have any credit as you begin to start, this is what they're looking at because you don't have any credit. So they look at that. Go ahead.
I know we're talking about credit score, how to you recommended that the Girl Scouts can potentially at this point open a checking account, savings account, which is a great way to start helping with your credit. And if you want to move past that, they can do a secured credit card. So kind of shifting gears just a little bit. A lot of our Girl Scout ambassadors are getting ready to go to college, looking at really zoning in, looking at their future. So step 2 of our badge talks about what we need to know about financing our educational future, how to find out more about student loans. So how does that work, and or how does credit impact that aspect of financing their future as it relates to college and careers?
Okay, so just a tidbit, dual credit, make sure you go to your guidance department and take advantage of every class that you can get dual credit for. Now, keep in mind that same credit that you have when you go to school, if you're not getting scholarships, if you're not getting grants, if you're not getting money from people, then the federal government decides based on your family's income, how much you earn, how much money they're willing as citizens of the United States, as citizens of the state. You got to keep in mind because you pay taxes, that's what the FAFSA is all about. The government says because you pay taxes, and if you make a certain amount of money, we're going to assist you with your education. And if you cannot, or if the federal government does not fund your education, and you have to fill out what we call either the parents fill out a plus loan, or you have to apply for a loan to go to school. Now, this is where your credit report comes in. Your credit score is so important, And we don't realize that there are so many kids that cannot get in school because they weren't aware that their credit, their social security number was being used years before they even became of age. So keep in mind that everything you do, when it's time for you to go to school, if you're not on a full scholarship, when you fill out what we call the FAFSA, then the federal government says based on the amount of money you make, we will give you this amount for school. The difference between what the federal government gives you and what you need, that's when you take out what we call a student loan. The student loan says, okay, we're going to give you this money, and again, the loan, any type of loan means you got to pay it back. That's why it's important, and students got to realize that you doing good in school, i.e., it makes a big difference how much money you're going to get. Those that have a GPA of 4.0 above, most of the time you can go to school for free. Keep in mind, when you go to school for free and you fill out for FAFSA, and FAFSA will give you $10,000, that is the tax money that you have put into the system. That means that money come back into your pocket because it is not a loan. FAFSA is not a loan. That's the money the federal government gives you and your family because of the fact you are citizens of this state and you pay taxes. Everybody has to fill out a FAFSA. Again, whatever the federal government says they're going to give you, between what they give you. For example, if you go to a university and it costs $20,000 per semester, and you get $15,000 worth of scholarship, and your family can't afford that extra $5,000. Then what you have to do, if you don't get a scholarship or a grant, then what you do is get a student loan. When you get that student loan, they're going to take that same credit score into consideration to decide if you qualify. In other words, did you pay your bills like you said you were going to whenever you started using credit? You got to make sure that credit score is not going anywhere. Okay, so the better you do in school, the higher your GPA, the more money the federal government is going to give you, and that's called scholarship. Scholarship, grants, and any other money someone gives you, you don't have to pay back. Anything with a number called a loan attached to it, that means it really is a loan, and you do have to pay it back. The good part about that is you don't pay that student loan back while you're in school. It's usually about 6 months after you graduate. And then you start to pay that back. And they usually work pretty good with you. So again, keep in mind as you begin to build your credit, and I always say I will lobby because you have the creditors and the credit card companies that come on college campuses and give these credit cards to the students, knowing full well that they cannot pay them back. That credit score, you guys, when you get that credit card, when you get that Macy's card, when you get that Fashion Nova card, and you don't pay your bills on time, that negatively impact your credit. When you go to school, that same credit comes into play to decide, okay, yes, she's credit worthy or she's not. What does that mean? That means she did not pay her bills when she said she was going to, or she did pay her bills when she said she was going to. That makes a big difference. That credit score is not going anywhere at all.
Right. We have, Dr. Hancock, some of our Girl Scout ambassadors chimed in and said that they want to go to school for either forensic psychology or pathology.
Okay.
And we have another Girl Scout ambassador, Emily. She wants to go, she's going to go in the fall to study fashion design.
Awesome. Awesome. And so what I would say, and this is the thing that we as a society has to do a better job when as the kids begin to move closer to graduation, we want to be able to put them in front of people who are already doing that. And they do have what we call a shadow day in high school. It makes a big difference when you can go to someone's job who is doing exactly what you want to do, to see what they do all day, to see if that's what you want to do. And I think we can do a better job putting them in front of people. It makes a big difference. Also, make sure those of you that are getting ready to go to college, make sure as soon as you get there, you go to the Career Development Center. Sometimes people say they don't know they have one, or you have one, and you do pay for it. The whole purpose of the Career Development Center is to put you on task, make sure your resume and cover letter is done, because when the jobs come, they also come through the Career Development Center first. And so you just want to make sure you know everything that's out there that you can take advantage of. In addition to that, look in your local area and let them know, look, I just want to volunteer for an hour. Okay, again, that's putting your foot in the door, because when they start to look for people to do summer internships, oh, okay, well, Carolina volunteered for an hour. Let's go, Carolina. Now, Carolina, because she volunteered for an hour, now she got a summer job doing what it is that she loves to do. So again, you want to make sure you take advantage of everything that the school has to offer. And I think one of the most underutilized departments is the career development department as the students go to college, because sometimes they're so focused on getting out of school that they don't take a moment to find out what's available to them, do those summer internships, and get on with the career development so that the summer job that they want or their dream, they can actually be doing it where they're located.
All right. Thank you. Awesome advice to our Girl Scout ambassadors. All right, and we also want to consider and look at our next step within the badge requirements, and that is writing our own credit commitment. You shared a wealth of information with us this morning about credit scores, how to get establish a secured credit card, how to make sure what elements go into a credit score, paying our bills on time, being cognitive of what we do apply for once we go to college and how those loans affect us. Now, is there a difference going to in-state and out-of-state colleges beside the location? How does that affect financially?
This is one thing our career development centers, the guidance counselor have to make sure we tell our students. Listen, if you're in the state and you were raised in the state of, let's just say, somebody go to, didn't we say we have somebody from Washington State?
Philadelphia, I believe.
Philadelphia. If our student ambassador decides to go out of state, when she comes back into Philadelphia, she don't qualify anymore for the state money. And we have every state, and the reason being is because you're a citizen of that state. If you decide, keep in mind, if you go out of state, unless they are paying for your schooling, it's going to cost you 2 to 3 times more than it does if you stay in state. So I promise you, in every state, there is a college that will meet your need where you can get what you need to. Keep in mind, if you go out of state, when you come back, when you don't like it, you don't qualify for your state monies anymore. Okay, and I don't know what the name of them is. There is the FAFSA. The FAFSA applies to the whole United States. But then there's individual state funding because you are a citizen, a taxpaying citizen of that state that you qualify for in each state. What they're saying is when you go out of state, you didn't pay the taxes down here. So now you got to make up for that through your tuition out of state. Keep in mind that you want to make sure you do what's best for you and your family. Because there's plenty of time for you to move out of state when you want to move out of state after you graduate. But don't put yourself in debt by doing what you think you want to do versus what you need to do to get that degree. In other words, go to school in state, take all that money, because keep in mind, your GPA is a 4.0, and now you qualify for your in-state for full ride. But if you go out of state, you got to pay $10,000 instead of staying in state and $4,000 is in your pocket. Now, to me, that's a no-brainer. Sometimes we want to get away from home. Listen, going to college period, whether you are at home in the same state or in the same house, keep in mind that is exposure in itself. So you want to make sure you understand the dynamics, and will you be able to seek out, you will not be able to qualify for that state scholarship if you go out of state. Okay, and it's going to cost you 2 to 3 times more money than it did if you would stay in state. Okay. Any questions? Can you hear me?
Yes, we don't have any questions right now, but I think that's a great point to consider for our Girl Scout ambassadors when we're looking for college, looking at options that they have in state versus out of state and how that can affect them. So if they go out of state, once they come back, is there a waiting period? Do they have to wait a year before they can qualify for in-state tuition and or other options for financial aid?
I thought it was 3 years, but it could have changed. You know, with everything going on, it could change. But why would you even put yourself through that? If you go out of state, this is what I used to tell my students, if they're not paying for you a full ride out of state, you ain't going out of state. If they're paying for you a full ride with a stipend, okay, I got that. Because you don't have anything coming out of your pocket. And I guess the biggest thing is, and keep in mind though, even with a high GPA in state, means you're going to have $4,000 or $5,000 per semester come back in your pocket. What better way to jumpstart your financial journey than to take that money and take half of that money, take a fourth of that money, and put it into an investment that really will jumpstart your career when you start to have babies, when you get out of college. That's the whole purpose, is just make sure you have that information. So again, if you have that GPA, in other words, you did what you were supposed to do and you did it well. So now you're going to be compensated for doing it well. Make sure you don't choose getting away from home versus setting yourself up financially for the future.
Okay. All right, awesome. We've asked the Girl Scout ambassadors as supply list to have in front of them some construction paper, red and green. And we are going to work on step 5 at this time, writing your own credit commitment. I think this is a great opportunity. We're putting this in front of our Girl Scout ambassadors now at this stage where they're getting ready to possibly even venture out on their own as Girl Scout alums. So we want to help them write a financial commitment. And research has shown that when you write things down, you kind of can see it, you can keep in your thoughts more so than just kind of thinking about it. So while you're, we want the Girl Scouts to use those supplies to help us write our own create your own credit commitment. So
Right.
Dr. Hancock, what are your thoughts on how to write your own credit commitment?
The thing is, you want to make sure everything that we do either help us is going in the direction we want to be financially or it's not. The rule of concept is a mission statement, it gives you direction. So it's the same concept for your money mission statement. It's to align it with your dream. Everybody can have what you want. It just depends on, because the rule of concept, if you write it down, it's 300% more likely to come to pass versus you not writing it down. As a matter of fact, if you just think about it, it's a thought. It only becomes a vision when you write it down. And everything that you do, it makes the biggest impact. So you always want to begin with the end in mind. In the beginning, I talk about what a mission statement is, and then I go with the money statement. Again, you guys, sometimes people don't even think about this for years and years. You can't make a plan for what you don't think about and what you don't talk about. I mean, not making a plan is the plan. You know, and you hear that all the time. People plan to fail to plan. Let's make a plan. What is it you want to do? And think about every time you move to what you consider a pivotal point in your life, think about how that impacts your plan. The choices you make, the people you have in your life, the boyfriend that you date, the husband that you get, everything impacts your life. So you want to make sure you understand what it is you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing. Okay, emotions are just that. They kind of sometimes change every day. So if you have a mission statement, then you are able to refer back to that. Okay.
All right, so what you have here, a great mission statement is, or great example, I promise to look at my financial statement every time I decide to spend money. So that financial statement could be deciding if what I truly want to spend my money on is a need or a want or a desire.
Exactly.
We just want to have the girls to design that. so that when they look at it every time or they kind of see it in their room, now that we're home a lot more in this current stage, we can look at it. So we do have a debit card and we can go online shopping. We want to think, do I really need this or do I want it?
And the rule of concept is what you're willing to sacrifice now, you have in the future. What you're not willing to sacrifice, you will not have. Keep in mind, people always say this is a microwave generation. We want it and we want it now. It's true. But if you can restrain, what about taking that in another system we talk about? Just it doesn't take a lot of money to accumulate money, but you begin young. When you begin young, you'll end up accumulating a lot of money because you want to make sure that every dollar you get, you save at least 10 cents. Okay? If you think about that, after you tithe, and if you pay yourself first, is one of the things we always say, because you always want to have those bills. So you want to make sure that whatever you do, part of it goes into some kind of savings account so it can start building your financial wealth.
All right. Now, are there any other questions from our girls that are listening with us today? I know as Girl Scouts, you've mentioned also, Dr. Hancock, that they can volunteer with summer camps. Our older girls, it's a great opportunity for you to serve as counselors in training,
Exactly.
counselors at different summer camps, lifeguards, as you said, shadowing in their potential careers. I know we have some girls that express what they want to major in or to be in as a career. That is great advice. And again, just thank you again, Dr. Hancock, for your wealth of information you shared with us today about learning about credit, your credit scores, how it can impact you, and different aspects of getting career and college ready.
Gotcha. You're welcome. It was my pleasure. It was my pleasure.
So on the next step, and I would, if Dr. Hancock does not mind, we possibly can share her information. But we are going to share with you right now the next steps that you need to complete this badge on your own. So the next steps are step 3, learn the ins and outs of credit scores. Invite you to research maybe some store credit cards, as Dr. Hancock has mentioned before, in your bank, or even sometimes they have those by mail credit offers. That could be a good way to compare at least 3 and see which one has a better deal. And step 4, gather real life borrowing steps. With the information that was shared today, take this time to talk to an adult, talk to a parent or guardian or troop leader that has possibly already secured a loan or maybe a mortgage, and talk about how the experience was for getting a mortgage or a loan and how it is now to actually pay it back, and just ask for different advice in borrowing and different resources such as that. So again, we would like to thank you again, Dr. Hancock, and on behalf of the Girl Scouts of Mountains to Midlands, South Carolina and Eastern Carolina, thank you for joining us. Our next badge work session will be held next Friday at the same time, 10 a.m. So that will be April the 10th. So look for us to be having a 3 p.m. fun activity on Facebook Live. And thank you again. And this will be recorded. So if you need reference back to it, we hope that you have a wonderful day and we enjoyed your session.
Thank you. Have a good one.